just like I'm never enough, and like I feel like I'm gonna disappoint one of my kids. And every time they go to sleep, it's like I didn't spend enough time with one of them, and my daughter, who's my own.
Hey y'all, it is Tuesday, and it's so funny because like yesterday I felt it was Sunday, and today I kind of feel like it's Monday. So it completely threw me off with uploading content because the schedule for this channel is Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So yeah, that threw me off. So to make up for that, I'll be uploading today, tomorrow, and Friday. But those of you guys who were off work, I hope you guys enjoyed your 3-day weekend, and I hope you guys are enjoying your Tuesday so far. While you are here, go ahead and like the video and hit subscribe if you are feeling the vibe. Today's video is definitely going to be a gem. It's going to be very, very good content, definitely a lot of gems in there. So you might forget to like the video. So again, go ahead and like the video so you don't forget. Those of you guys who follow my personal channel, I just uploaded a video today, and it was a very transparent video about single motherhood, which is today's topic as well. It's so weird how these two align because it was not planned at all. I came across a video yesterday on TikTok that was it's one of the videos in this compilation today, and she was talking about how she was struggling so much with single motherhood, and I was like, you know what, I need to make a TikTok compilation about this because there's so many things we need to talk about in regards to this, right? So that's what motivated today's topic. This was like ahead of time, like a couple of days ago, and then yesterday I unfortunately had to go through an episode with my daughter. Those of you guys who do not know, I got divorced, been divorced for over a year, been separated for over 2 years, and my daughter seriously struggled with her father not being in her life. He decided that because me and him were no longer married, that he was no longer interested in being a father to his children with me anyways. So this broke my daughter's heart, my oldest, because she knew him the most and she was around him the most. So she's been in counseling for 2 years. She has gotten a lot better, but it was at a point to where when she was 6, she was pulling her hair out. But now it's gotten a lot better, but she had a episode yesterday because of something that kind of reminded her of him, our family together in the past, etc. So I have a very transparent video about that I just uploaded. I hope that it helps people. I tried to it was not organized, scheduled at all. It was just very transparent about what happened yesterday and how I feel and some of my struggles as a single mother, and kind of like hopefully a little motivation at the end to help you guys. So again, that's going to be linked in the comments below. And today's video is going to be about single motherhood. Now, it's going to be, I hate being a single mother. I regret motherhood. Now, I just want to put a disclaimer out there that not every single content creator on this compilation is saying that they regret motherhood or that they hate motherhood. I also included some content in relation to being a single mother struggles, single mother obstacles, like important imperative things that I felt like was necessary to compile. So again, not every single content creator on here said that they regret motherhood, they hate motherhood, etc. These are just gems I feel like people should know, if they're, or help cope with if they're a single mother or thinking about becoming a mother, etc. Okay, so that is also included in this. But the ones who do regret motherhood, you'll hear them say it, or it'll be at the top of the screen. So without further ado, go ahead and watch the video, and I will give my commentary at the end.
I got a taste of single motherhood today because my sister left me with the baby all day, and this ain't for me. I'm not cut out for this. Like, this is too hard. I don't know how y'all do it. Literally wanted to get some Chinese food. Okay, not a big deal. I just put in a pickup order. I gotta take the baby with me. Okay, whatever. Can't even leave the baby in the car. You can't leave a baby in the car. I'm gonna be in and out. But I still gotta take the whole baby in with me so I can grab my food, come back, and then put the baby all back in the car seat in the car again. Loading the dishwasher. Couldn't even finish that because she hungry. She crying, she screaming, feed me. Okay, well, let me just finish loading the dishwasher real quick. No, feed me now. All right. Feed you, burp you, you spit up on me 3-4 times today. I stopped changing shirts. I'm not wearing a shirt right now. She's not wearing a shirt right now. Because she just keeps spitting up. Peed on. Piss. I just shout out to the single moms.
And as a single mother, I want to make this clear. I'm not bitter. I'm not depressed of our situation. I am simply overstimulated. I'm overstimulated from being the full-time mother, the full-time employee, having to take care of my physical, mental, and well-being as well as my child's. I'm not bitter. I'm overstimulated. I'm going to say it again. I'm not bitter. I'm overstimulated. I'm not bitter. I'm overstimulated. Why? Because you get to be out here doing whatever you want to do and having fun and getting your child whenever you want to. And me, I have to be the full-time parent by default. Now, do I mind? No. Do I love my child? Yes. But I shouldn't have to validate that and make it feel like, oh, she talking about us because she's bitter. No, I am simply overstimulated.
And motherhood is only hard when you don't have no help. I'm talking about not even a goddamn teaspoon of help. From the daddy, to the daddy side of the family, to even your side of the family. They don't give not two rats to help you. So of course, you're going to be upset. You're going to be regretful. You're going to be depressed because it's like you can't do nothing because you have to tag along a toddler. You can't even have a moment to yourself where you can breathe because it's somebody screaming mommy every 2 to 3, 5 seconds. So all the young women or any woman who does not have children, if you genuinely don't want none, don't you have none, if you ain't gonna have no village, honey. It's me, when I got pregnant at the young age of 15, I had a village. I had a village and I had a wonderful pregnancy. Still to this day, I have a village. So me, I'm not regretful of motherhood. I'm just, every body experience is different. I really feel for the moms that don't have a village. Everybody needs one when it comes to raising a child. And at the time I was a child, having a child. So my village was amazing, but not everybody is blessed with that. And I'm starting to see that's a luxury to have. And y'all, that's just my opinion. Just my opinion.
I usually don't do this because I'm ashamed. But at this point, I'm desperate. And I need help. I am currently in a hotel with my son. I don't have a car. And I just don't have no support. And at this point, I'm losing it. I don't know what else to do. I don't know. My options are so limited. My money is limited. Again, finding a job is extremely hard, especially when you're a single mom. Like, I'm just really in a really, really tight spot right now, y'all. And I don't know what else to do, but I hate having to come out here and ask for money or anything like that. But if y'all could just like the video, comments, if y'all could share it. I mean, even if you would like to send me something, anything would count. I just need some help right now. And again, this is really hurting me because I don't like telling my business. I hate asking for help. It makes me feel weak. It makes me feel embarrassed. It makes me feel like I'm not being good as a person. I'm not a good mother. But I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. I don't know. So again, if you guys just like the video, comment, share, just engage in the video. Hopefully that would help. If you would like to send me something, again, it's fine. I'm not asking for a certain amount or anything like that, but I really need some help.
I'm really just up because I need somebody to talk to. Like, this single mom is starting to get to me. Okay? It's starting to get to me. So I had to compose myself because I'm literally keep crying. Like, y'all, this so hard. Every time I feel like I'm doing good, I go back. Okay. So boom. Okay. My kids' daycare, I just got school readiness, like assistance to help, right? So they helping me, and then turn around, like, okay, before that, fuck all that. Before that, I ain't paid my rent. Like, my rent ain't even paid. Still ain't paid. And I was like asking my daycare, like, oh, basically, like, oh, can y'all work with me so I can pay my rent and I can pay y'all like next week. No, if y'all don't pay, they can't come. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So I had no choice but to pay the here, or they couldn't go to school because guess why? Guess what? I have to work. Okay, I make $20, and I'm raising 3 kids. So $20 for 4 people, $20 an hour for 4 people. That's not enough. Okay, so the school's like, oh, you can either pay the 156 or they can't go. So I paid the 156, and now my rent late, so now I gotta pay like 19. Okay, so now I'm paying the rent late. I'm gonna pay it Friday, and here they go with this New Year's registration fee or something like that. And keep in mind, I just paid the 156, so that's the weekly school registration that I pay with, like the school readiness assistance. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so I get to their daycare this morning, and they're like, "Oh, did you know like you didn't pay the New Year renewal fee?" I'm like, "Okay, well, how much is that, y'all? $200 something for Rylan, and then like 100 something. They're asking me next week to pay almost 400. No. It is $400 because 156 weekly. That's what I pay, and then they're asking me to pay over that. So two plus. That's 400 and something dollars that they're asking me to pay next week. It's like $478. And I was asking them like, is there any way that I can make a payment plan? Because babes, I can't afford that. If I'm on school readiness, why the afford that, right? Okay, so boom, I'm asking like my 2 older kids, they have a dad, and then Rylan, my little one, has a dad. Their dad paid child support, so I don't have to worry about it. Like I use his money strictly for the kids. Like I put it straight towards her, her tuition and shit like that. It ain't no money, like it ain't no more. Like it was only enough to pay for her shit. I go to pay Rylan's on with their dad money, and I wouldn't have cared, but I can't because there's nothing. So I asked her dad, like, "Oh, can you help me? Like, can you help me? Y'all keep in mind this nigga wanted the baby. Like, keep in mind this nigga had my ovulation tracking his phone. Keep in mind this nigga planned to get me pregnant. Like, he planned to get me pregnant, knowing I didn't want a third child because I was already like, it was not hard, but it was going to be hard if I had another kid. Like I knew I wouldn't be able to afford having 3 kids. And guess what?
I feel like it
I had a
will
third
affect
kid.
the quality of the story because I'll have to edit so much. So let me just tell y'all what happened. So basically, she reached out to her third baby daddy and she said that like he kept coming up with excuse after excuse of not being able to help pay for the daycare. She said, remind you, like I guess last year when she filed her taxes, she filed it with her friend, and her friend ran off on the money with the money. So she told her baby daddy to file the taxes and, give her some of the money or whatever. And he basically in a way did the same thing. He used the money, the tax money, he got like $4,000 some dollars. He used the tax money for substances and on himself. She said he is a diaper and wipe type of dad. She said before she had their daughter, he did everything for her and her other 2 kids, which is probably why she fell for him. She said he trapped her with their daughter because now he has that, permanent access to her. She said he don't do anything for her. She's like, but it's weird how he basically was doing everything for the other 2 kids and just seemed to be like the perfect step up dad and boyfriend. But it was weird when she had their daughter, I guess, because then he switched up and changed. But again, now he feel like he got access to her. But she was saying like basically how he was like how she kept trying to vent to him like, look, she's gonna lose daycare if I don't come with this money. And he basically told her like, you know what, you're the mom, you'll figure it out. She said she can't sleep right now. She's stressed out about paying the rent. So she's been pawning like her jewelry and stuff like that. She's like, how can I save? Because I'm trying to get a cheaper place, but how can I save to do that if I'm always in debt behind? Which is very relatable to a lot of people, especially in this economy. So that's just kind of pretty much of what she said. So we'll touch more about this at the end with my commentary.
Y'all not finna like what I gotta say, but I'm gonna say this anyways. Being a single mother was never something that was supposed to be normalized in the black community, and there's an ugly mentality that comes along with it that a lot of y'all have. Not everybody, but a good majority of y'all. And this is not to take away from the accountability of the men, they trifling ways, or the neglect that they have placed on these kids too, because it takes two to make them. But for the ones of y'all that do this, y'all weaponize y'all kids because you view them as punishments. Everybody gotta pitch in and be feeling guilty about the fact that you sat there and had a baby that you knew you couldn't take care of. On top of the fact that every man you date gotta come in and right your wrong. Want to guilt him into being a stepfather, but at the same time you could take making him feel bad about that. You could take giving that to the real daddy, and y'all keep the real daddy away from them, making them fight for their kids, inadvertently talking about how they couldn't do it. How do you know if you ain't trying to give them custody? But y'all got a problem with relinquishing power just because you want to keep some form of control because your feelings got hurt, and y'all try to always make these kids feel bad and plan in their head the wrong things about their daddy because he wasn't your man or he didn't know how to be your man accordingly, and you still ain't moved on. Junior 12, fixing all these generational curses, but y'all really just create new ones on the basis of the ones that we already got. While you trying to sit there and repair them, you're inadvertently creating a very antisocial and individualistic society that knows how to only victimize themselves because they can't see any wrong or be held accountable. We were supposed to tell these young girls not to fall down the rabbit hole, not make them feel like this is normal and this okay, go ahead and have a baby, and then leave them as soon as they become a parent.
I'm finna start showing y'all the realness of motherhood. The realness of motherhood is staying up late every night because that's the only time you have to yourself. If you wake up early, your child wake up early because they hear you moving around. But once they're asleep, they're asleep. Especially if your kid don't take naps no more. That's when my life went downhill. Life was good when he was a baby. He ate, slept, played, ate, slept, played, ate, slept, woke up, repeat. Now, he wake up, eat, and it's a big meal. I gotta cook him something big because he a boy and he big. Then it's entertainment. I can't just give him a toy now. I gotta take him to the park. I gotta hear him playing piano all loud. I gotta hear him making loud banging noises with his trucks and his cars. All day. Mommy, I want this. Mommy, let's do that. Mommy, come here. Look at this. Mommy, this. Mommy, that. Mommy, this. Mommy, that. Then I gotta make lunch. It's not just baby food. No. You gotta make them something that's gonna last them, or else they're gonna ask you for more food in an hour, especially then with some boys that eat. Yeah. Whole time I haven't even took my own shower yet. Focusing on you and cleaning up every mess you make around this house. They say, what do you do every day? What do I do every day? I don't even know. But I'm busy all day. I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm cooking, I'm playing, I'm this, I'm trying to get myself together, I'm trying to do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this. Oh, dinner time. I gotta cook. Can't get him a sandwich for dinner, they'll call CPS on you. The cooking take an hour and a half. The cleaning take an hour and a half. Sometimes 2 hours. Mind you, I don't know what's wrong with my body. I don't have the energy to do anything. So imagine having to do all this every day without even the energy. And then you can't go to bed early because it's like, I haven't had time to myself all day. Nah. I'm a watch TikTok for an hour. And I don't even do that. I do sometimes. And I spend half the day questioning, what's wrong with me? Why do I look like this? Why is my life like this? Why do I feel like a slave? Why? That kid is why.
How come every time somebody says it's better to wait until you're married before you have kids, people are always like, well, he can still leave you even if you're married. He can still leave you even if... Duh! The same way you can still die in a car accident even if you have your seatbelt on, but it's probably still a good idea to put that seatbelt on when you get in the car, right? Marriage protects you and gives you benefits that being a baby mama does not. Okay? So if you want to be a baby mama, that's your call. You're grown. You can do whatever you want. But stop trying to make women who want to wait until they're married before they have kids sound like they're crazy.
You know, I really feel for people that really don't have like a real strong village. Like it's hard enough, but to have a child and then you gotta work and then you gotta just stay afloat. Like, I can't make this up. Like, whoever that has no children, please. And if you want some, please stop the want. Because it's so out of pocket sometimes to the point where it's just like, why? Like, I don't know how y'all gonna come to me about this, but it's just like, why couldn't I be the woman that couldn't have kids? Because if I would have knew that my journey was gonna be like this, I would have just rather wanted than to have. Like, this shit ain't cool. Like, at times, like, and then when you single, it's so disgusting. Like, why? I just don't understand why men just be out here dropping these kids off on women, and then y'all just think that we supposed to just do it all. Like, it's just not cool, man. Like, for real. I really wish that I couldn't have did it. Like, if I would have known, like, it did. I really hate too that I had old school parents where it was like, oh, you gotta get married and then have kids. Even in my kudos to you, a man that'll never leave you, that'll never leave you out here. But this, it be so draining. It's so draining. Even when you trying to make life just more comfortable where you are just okay. Like, it's not okay. If I could do it all over again, I probably would have just did.
Fear with raising sons as a single mom is that they're possibly going to grow up and think that the women in their generation shouldn't complain about being a single mother because they watched me do it. You see, a single mother is going to create one of two men. You're either going to create a man that watched his mother struggle so he would never put another woman through that, or you're going to create a man that watched his mother struggle but get it done and think that that's normal. Like, oh, well, my mom did it, so it's okay. I don't want them to have that mentality just because they watched me do it. You see, I don't complain to them about being a single mother because I don't want them to think it was terrible raising them. So I'm like a little conflicted because I also don't want them to grow up and think, well, my mom was a single mom, so other moms should do it. Why are you complaining about being a single mom? My mom did it with 5 kids. Like, it would break my heart to hear my son say that as an adult because it's hard. It's not easy. And I don't know why single motherhood is being normalized. I'm not a single mom because I wanted to be a single mom. I'm a single mom because I don't have a choice. The father got mad at me when the relationship ended and decided when the relationship ended that meant I don't have to be a father anymore. But I chose to stay and handle my responsibilities as a mother. Fathers really need to do better. All that putting the blame on the woman because she's the one that stayed and he's the one that up and left just because the relationship ended is crazy. Oh, well, you should have picked a better father. No, they were great fathers while they had access to me. It's when I cut the access to me that they became terrible fathers. So why is it I should have picked better instead of they need to man up and handle their responsibilities as men because these are their offsprings? The relationship with me should not determine the relationship with your child. Especially when I don't make it hard for you to be a father.
Be excellent fathers when they are with you, even excellent stepfathers. But as soon as you break things off, etc., like, they are no longer obligated to be a parent to that child. So, of course, I understand that more than anything, which is completely trash. Okay, but let's go ahead and talk about this topic of single motherhood. And I'm sorry for all the editing that I had to do. The best stories that I wanted to be on here in relation to this topic were a lot of inappropriate words in there. So I had to do what I could do because I wanted y'all to see that and experience that. So it can be a good talking point when it comes to this topic. But, you know, when it comes to single motherhood, you know, it's not something that you want to do. Now, obviously, a lot of people say, well, I didn't choose to be a single mother, right? And I disclaimer, I'm not judging anybody. Obviously, I'm a single mother of 3. I made terrible choices. I own that and accept that. So I'm not here to judge anybody for that. Okay. But I will say that if you did not have a legal foundation put in place of like, hey, you know, we're married, we are a legal foundation unit, then in a way you did choose to be a single parent. Not only you, but the person who you're dealing with as well. Why? Well, let's take a look at that, okay? When you file your taxes or when you do certain government applications, etc., right? What do they have on there? They have single, married. They even have divorce. Do they have in a relationship on there? No, they don't. And the reason they don't have that on there is because the government does not look at that as any sort of like benefit. You're still single. You know what I mean? If you're legally single, you are still single. So if you made a choice to have children or a child without being legally married, then yes, you guys both choose to be a single individual having a child, known as a single parent. Okay. Again, no judgment. We just got to tell the truth, or otherwise we're not going to get anywhere. Okay. So that's number 1. Number 2, once you have, now, just like the other girl said on this compilation, you know, you have to stop looking at marriage as just like, oh, well, you know, it just might not work out. That's why I don't want to get married. Or, you know, well, you can be a single mother and still be married. I hear that kind of stuff all the time for women to kind of cope with their bad decisions and try to feel better about the choice that they made. And we can't get nowhere as a community as to like lead the other generations, etc., if we don't start telling the truth about what it was. You did not choose to get legally married before you had a child. And some of us, just like me, even chose to get legally married to the wrong person. So there's a lot of things that we have to tackle and navigate through to make better decisions for our children going in the future. Okay, so even with that being said, if it does not work out, just like the woman was saying, there are certain benefits that still will protect you when you are married and have children versus those who don't. How many times, men, let's say they're married, they cheat, y'all have children, and then they're like, you know what, well, I'm leaving you. You done got old. I'm leaving you. So I'm about to go ahead and create a family with this younger girl and, going about their lives, right? The government's not going to allow that to happen. You know why? Because you're a wife. And he took away your youth. He took away your, not completely away, but I mean like your womb is not the same. Your body is not the same. None of that is the same. So he came in and changed your world upside down. You have children now. You're not the same on the dating market. You're not a single individual who can just create a whole nother family with somebody else, depending on what age you are, etc. But he can still go out and do that. See, the government won't allow him to do that. He like, nope. You had a business deal with this woman. You married her, you impregnated her. You will take responsibility for this woman and those children. And for those of you who like, oh, I can just get child support. You're right. Absolutely. And as you should. But I'm not talking about just child support. Baby, that 401k that you was saving, behind her back so you can go run off and be with the younger woman. Nope. You're going to have to split that 50-50. So now she has some sort of financial security when it comes to that. If she wasn't working all these years, depending on how many years you've been with them and what state you in with these laws, etc. But if she wasn't working all these years because she was taking care of your children and stuff like that, and you think you can just go off and now she got to start over, try to find a job, etc. Nope, you will be paying alimony and helping financially pay these bills while she's out there doing that, while she collects child support and alimony. Like, that's why a lot of men be scared to get married, because they know they gonna mess up and they know all these things can happen. But again, just like the woman said, it protects you. Okay, so it's not about like, well, he might do this or it might not work out. It's not about that. It legally protects you as a woman. That house that he wants to kick you out of, like in Why Did I Get, not Why Did I Get Married? What's that Tyler Perry movie? Diary of a Mad Black Woman? When he kicked her out at the beginning. No, baby. In court, it wouldn't go down like that. Like, he can try to kick you out if he want to, but however, in court, when they go to court, 9 times out of 10, they might make y'all either sell the house to where he can't live in there together with her. They might grant you the house. You know, it just depends on the situation. But basically, stuff like that can't happen if you are legally protected. Like, marriage is a business. You went into business with this person, so they can't just leave you out and dry just because they want to, or if the relationship doesn't work out. They have a legal obligation to still divide things financially, make sure the kids are straight, put some type of legal contract in force for parenting, holidays. They are still if they are the breadwinner, 9 times out of 10, they need to put the kids on their insurance. Just all kind of stuff. They're obligated to pay for certain extracurricular activities like sports. Like, it just protects you in another way. That's why she said that. But when you are just someone who legally did not get married and have a child, then the only thing that you really be entitled to is child support. And that's only if they're working. You know what I mean? So it's just a better situation if things go left, okay? And then another reason also is like men, because of these reasons, they tend to want to do right. Like, you know what? I ain't trying to lose my family. I'm not trying to lose my resources. I ain't trying to lose my assets and stuff like that. No, like, let me go ahead and do right and make sure that I have this foundation for my family. I don't want to lose my family. I don't want to lose all these things, you know? So we have to stop acting like marriage is just a piece of paper. Yeah, legally it's a paper document that you sign, but there's so many things behind that, okay? So for those who like struggle, like the girl, I think her name was Flawlessly Redbone, the one that had a lot of cussing, so I had to do the voiceover at the end. You know, she said she only makes $20 an hour. That's not enough for 4 people, all that kind of stuff. I will tell you, the best thing you can do is add another income. If you feel like you're struggling so much, and I know how the economy is, hopefully it gets better, but you just want to start implementing other incomes, you know, just so you don't have to rely heavily upon one income. I was the same way. Like, I only had one job at the time that I got divorced, and it was barely holding me over. So I had to go apply for other jobs, you know, and then you want to start hustling, like, what's other ways I can bring in income? Like she could have started getting her cosmetology license. She could start making content online for extra money. Like, she could start, you know, get some type of certifications to bring in extra income. That way, just in case, let's say something do happen to that job, you still have some income coming in temporarily till you find something else, or etc. So you want to have, like, when you're a single mother and you're struggling, that one job isn't enough. You want to have other sources of income you can rely on, okay? I will say, in her situation, I don't care how much that man would have begged me to have a third child. Well, I can't really say that. It just depends on the situation, because obviously, you know, with my situation. But I will say, though, especially with 3 different fathers, and at least 2 of them had a job to where you're collecting child support, if you are going to do something like bring in another child and you know it's a bad decision, because she said she knew it was a bad decision, then at least make sure he got a job, so that if something goes left financially, you can put him on child support and get some money. But when he don't have no money, then it's a lose situation, not only for you, but your children as well, you know? So, and then also, remote jobs, ladies, single mothers, that is a game changer. And a lot of people who I work with in our little meetings and all of that, we're all 9 times out of 10 single moms. Most of us are single moms. So they understand, my managers understand, hey, I need to go to an appointment. I need to leave and pick this person up from school. They be totally fine with that, because they be single moms as well. I feel like the remote world should be designed for single mothers. Like, men obviously can apply, can't discriminate, but I mean, it should be designed for women like single mothers. It's a game changer. And I have a vlog on my personal channel of, you know, being a day in the life of a single mom of 3 work from home. So you can kind of see that whole process, but that lets me avoid having to pay any type of childcare because I work remotely. Okay, and I will be creating other content on the best remote jobs for single mothers, etc., or just moms in general. So stay tuned on that. Definitely going to link my personal channel in the comments below. But yeah, y'all. So we just got to make better choices as a whole. One thing I can't stand is how, like, you see so much low vibrational content bashing single mothers and then no detailed solution. Like, here's the story. Don't repeat this. Here's the story. Repeat that. Like, no, let's go a little bit more in depth because this is a big problem. This isn't something small. This is a big problem in our community. And we need to look at the root of that. What is causing this, etc. Well, let's go back and look at being a product of our environment. Why are we so quick to forgive men for being in the streets and making certain choices they probably shouldn't have, right? Oh, well, we should give him a second chance, like all of these other programs for, people who was in the streets, felons, etc. But we don't have that same empathy for, like, single mothers being products of their environments. Children repeat behaviors that they see and grow up with. So if you grew up in a single parent household, then 9 times out of 10, when you grow up or your kids grow up, etc., they go normalize that and think that that's fine because it was accepted when they grew up. So they're like, well, what's the difference? My mom wasn't married, so why I gotta be married? Like, that's being a product of your environment, right? So that's what happens in the streets, and people are quick to forgive them, not judge them, etc. They even look at that as cool. Okay, whatever. But when it comes to these ladies, they can't be products of their environment as well. It's very similar. Like, what's the difference? The little boys seen that in the streets, so they became that. They seen that around them and being in their environment. What do ladies see? The same thing in their environment. So we got to, again, stop being so quick to judge and bash, and let's come up with solutions so this does not happen going into the future. Okay, so we have to make better choices as women and who we lay down with and protecting our wound, just so our children can know, like, hey, you need to have a foundation before you have kids, etc. And when I say a foundation, it does not just mean marriage. As y'all seen, that girl was like, in marriage and this is a scam, etc. Yeah. If you choose the wrong partner to marry, absolutely it will be. You want to build a healthy, proper foundation for your children, meaning that the love is healthy, the foundation is healthy. Y'all know I talk about spirituality a lot. You need to be aligned with that person. Y'all need to be spiritually aligned. Pray over your union. Pray over your foundation. Make sure you get a partner who has morals and values. Why? Because those morals and values and God is going to hold them accountable when it comes to making certain decisions, even if he becomes if you were scared about him being a deadbeat, if he had right morals when it comes and values and spiritual guidance, then he wouldn't do that because morally it will bother him. But when we get with these men who are like dang near robots and have all these mental health issues and all this other kind of stuff, they don't think about nobody but themselves. Again, no spiritual guidance, not spiritually aligned with them, how they should be. So it's a lot to this topic. I wanted to make sure in the compilation I included multiple views of it, different topics in relation to it. So y'all let me know what y'all think when it comes to this topic. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I will see y'all in the next one.